Hi Aquarius, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your June 2016 month ahead forecast. So, you're the last in the 12. There have been quite lengthy videos I've been doing this month. I had to get a new camera because my other one was playing up, so I don't know, for some reason the videos just seem to be longer. Anyway, you guys know me, I don't finish a reading unless I've said all there is to say. Now, before I get into your reading, a few things to say, what's coming up on the channel. First things first, if you'd like a private reading with me, Aquarius, the details are below. It's going across the screen as well as we speak, www.carolsuniverse.co.uk. If you'd like to join me on Facebook, the details should be going up somewhere here. Also, to let you know what's coming up, you've got an updated live spread reading. Now, the last time I did a live spread reading for Aquarius was November, December 2015. Well, there's new stuff coming in. There's a newly updated one. I thought it'd be time to take a look into some of you guys' lives and see what's coming up. They were quite popular the last time, so I think it's really good to sort of reissue them again. We've also got an updated love spread reading coming up. Now, the last one spanned from February through to July, but I'm going to, just so it sort of evens out the months, I'm going to be doing it from July 2016 leading up to the end of the year, December 2016. I was considering doing love spreads on a monthly basis, but to be honest with you, we've got so many tarot readers that do love spreads, which is fair enough. And I don't really want to do love spreads every month, and not unless it showed literally love in your monthly reading. So that's coming up very soon as well. And also, I have just completed recording and editing, and it's all ready to upload, but I can't upload it yet until I've done all the generals. And you're the last general, so once this is uploaded, there are no more generals to upload for the month. So it's a reading. It's not a reading, but it's a video on how to overcome heartbreak using tarot cards. Okay, it's about 25-minute long, so it's not too long, quite short by my standards. And it's how you overcome a broken heart. A lot of people coming to me for readings about love, which I love doing the love readings. Some people show that there's going to be a reunion, some people not. Some people show that their relationships will go from strength to strength, some people not. And I just really found that, you know, the amount of people that come about love, that, you know, a lot of people want love or they're worried about not having love, and a lot of people have been hurt in love. So there's a video coming up in which I literally shuffle the cards and just get a few questions from the universe about some of your love life. So that's going to be the next video coming up, and it should be coming up today or tomorrow. Okay, so that's what's is there anything else coming up, I'm wondering? Yeah, that's what's coming up. Now on with your June 2016 reading. Now, there's been a slight modification to this. I'm still doing the normal 11 card spread, so 2 cards at the top, Aquarius, to serve as your general energy for the month. Let me just move my candle back a little bit. And 1 card from the bottom to serve as your advice card, 8 cards in the middle that will serve as the general energies, people, situations, events around you in the month of June 2016. What I'm also now doing is, after I've done the reading, I'm putting clarifiers. Okay, now when I pull a clarifier, it's for each section of 2 cards. You've got 8 cards in the middle. For each section of those 8 cards, each 2 cards of those 8, I will pull a clarifier to see why, the reason, what the foundation is for those first 2 cards. So I'll talk through what I feel is happening with you guys, 2 cards at a time, and then afterwards I'll pull clarifiers at the end to see what the reason is, if that makes sense. You'll see what I mean. I also pull clarifiers for the general energy and sometimes for the advice card. And if I need to now, what I do is I use a 3rd deck. So for my clarifiers for the reading, I use the Rider-Waite. For the clarifiers, I'll use my Witch's Tarot. Now, what the clarifiers do for me, they either open up a reading, so give it a little bit more depth, or it could change the reason for something. So it could change a reading up a little bit. Okay, it's not to say the first reading I've done, you know, I didn't feel it was correct. It's just to say either it opens up the reading or it might give a different spin on a situation. Okay, so where something might look like it's a love situation, it might actually be to do with money, that type of thing. And I use a 3rd deck but not very often, but I'm trying it out. Okay, and I kind of base it on the system that I use for the live spreads, whereby, you know, I want to see where a situation is actually going to head. I'll pull a major arcana card. So I use the major arcanas from this, just the majors, because they can give a sort of long-term view of where something is heading potentially. So I'll pull those Okay, so I use the clarifiers. So yeah, I've got my clarifiers for the major cards, sorry. Just to see where everything might be heading per, you know, if I need to see something per section. I hope that makes sense to you guys, and let's get onto your reading. Let's just put some of this stuff to the side. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to hone in on you now, Aquarius, and find out what the Universe Spirit is coming in for some of you guys in the month of June. So Universe Spirit, show me Aquarius for the month of June 2016. Show me the zodiac sign of Aquarius, all sun, moon and rising signs for the month of June 2016. Show me what's coming in for Aquarius. Show me what's coming in for Aquarius for the month of June 2016. I need to see Aquarius, all those born under sun, moon and rising signs. What's coming in for Aquarius, sun, moon and rising signs for the month of June 2016? Show me. I'm shuffling the cards at the moment, Universe. I've got my white candle on to clear the atmosphere. Show me Aquarius, June 2016. Show me Aquarius, sun, moon and rising signs, please. Sun, moon and rising signs for Aquarius. What's coming in June 2016? I'm shuffling. Once I stop shuffling, Universe, I'm going to put the deck on the table. I'm going to split the deck into 3. From there, I'll gather the deck back up and I will lay out the first 2 cards from the top of the deck. If those 2 cards can be what you see as the general energy, please, for Aquarians in the month of June 2016. If the bottom deck can be, if the card from the bottom of the pile can be the advice or the overall theme that you have for Aquarians, sun, moon and rising signs in the month of June 2016. And the 8 cards in the middle to serve as the energies, people, situations coming in for Aquarius for June 2016. So one more time, Universe, I'm asking for your help in this reading for the zodiac sign of Aquarius, all sun, moon and rising signs. Show me what's happening for Aquarius, sun, moon and rising signs. Aquarius, sun, moon and rising signs. Aquarius, sun, moon and rising signs for June 2016. Show me. Right, as I said to the Universe, I'm splitting the deck. Gathering back the cards, and let's see what's coming in for you guys. So, as I say, I lay all the cards, but I never turn over the 8 cards yet. I like to see how those unfold. So we're just going to have a look at your advice cards and also the general energy cards first, and then we'll turn everything over and see where everything is potentially heading for you. And please note, as I've said, this is a general reading. Right. Let's see. Oh, so for some of you guys, there could be 2 men. There could be 2 men around you or it could be a fire sign and an earth sign male in the month of June 2016. Because I not only read tarot in terms of being intuitive, in terms of knowing what the cards mean, but also I'm a tarot interactionist, as I call it myself, because I believe in tarot interaction. So I believe that if certain cards are facing each other, it's conversations. Sometimes it can be a fight. Sometimes it can be that people are falling in love. Especially if you get a Knight of Cups, for example, facing a Queen. It can be that somebody's offering someone love. Or, you know, if you see a Queen and then you get the 8 of Cups side by side, it could be that somebody's walking away, maybe from a fire sign. So I'm a great believer in the tarot, the pictures as well. The pictures hold some very key elements when you're explaining a reading. They really, really do. Even if you do a Celtic cross and you've got like an obstacle card that shows, say, for example, the Queen of Cups, and that Queen of Cups is, say, facing the Queen of Wands. It shows that maybe to me, what I've seen, say you've got Queen of Wands in the recent past and then your obstacle card, and then you've got the present situation where your obstacle card, if that's a Queen, and then your Queen in the obstacle position, then in the recent past you've got, say, another Queen. It means that those 2 might not get on. It means that one might see the other as being quite an obstacle, especially if you get something like a king in the centre of the reading. So, one woman might be finding another woman an obstacle to her heart's desire, that type of thing. So, you know, we've got 2 kings. It can mean success, because 2 to 3 kings in a reading can mean success. Often when you get lots of court cards, it means that there's more than one person, Aquarius, involved in a situation. So you've got a King of Pentacles and a King of Wands here. showing up. So potentially this general energy is revolving around two people. It could also, as an energy, you know, the pentacles are based on realism. So they're what we actually experience and have in the here and now, if that makes sense. Okay, so it's what we, when you get a King of Pentacles, kings are also, as I've always said, they are the epitome of a situation. So they're the solution to an issue or a problem. You get a King of Pentacles, it could be that you are quite certain that you want to make a purchase of something. You get a Page of Pentacles alongside that, you might be looking at options. So you've got the money there as the King of Pentacles, and you're going to make a purchase. But the Page of Pentacles would say, okay, I've got the money here, so let me have a look at what options there are available. The King of Wands, so the King of Pentacles is a surefire sign of some form of success in something. You have the funds, or you know, you've reached a point of success, especially it could be within work environment. It could be within purchasing a home, because this guy can stand for a real estate agent as well. But it's always, for me, the King of Pentacles is about kind of reaching that, the top of potential, where you are quite certain of something, but usually it's something in terms of value. So you might be certain of something that you absolutely value, okay, or something that you want to build something with, or someone that you want to build something with, because he's the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles can be he's usually a very loyal character. He's very friendly. He'd usually be seen as you know, an all-round family man. He's the perfect partner for a lot of females, or a lot of males, because King of Pentacles can be male or female. Okay, he seems to have everything, but he's worked hard for it, and he's also very, very picky when it comes to the relationships that he has, because you know, he's the type of man that likes his woman to look the part, and he likes, you know, things to be just so, and he's into, you know, because he's Pentacles, he's into material stuff, so he's very materialistic as well, okay, as a person. But he can also be very, very deep, because if we know the Pentacles are related to Earth, they're related to kind of the spirituality of life. So this is someone who seems to be quite an all-rounder. When you get a King of Wands, this is the being at the top of your confidence. So it's being bold and it's being confident in something. So when you're a King of Wands, you can have an absolute desire, and you know exactly, you're at the height of your desire, okay, so you know exactly what that is, and you're going to go for it, okay. That's what the kings are, because they're action takers. But you've got to look at them in terms of the suit that they represent. So King of Cups, he would be at the absolute top of his certainty where it comes to his emotions, which is why he's a master of his emotions. He knows how to keep his head in a difficult situation, okay. He knows not to kind of panic, but he knows how to emotionally control, you know, his fears. The King of Swords is at the top of his logic, so he knows exactly how to act in terms of how he's devised his decision. The King of Swords, it always makes his decisions based on what he's thinking rather than what he's feeling. So he'll always go with the facts, he'll always go with what the evidence presents, and then he'll make his decision on the evidence, and he'll be certain about that. The King of Pentacles is certain of his financial, or, you know, what he sees as being of value. Usually it's externally, though, I find, with the King of Pentacles. So if he feels that something is really valuable, he'll go for it, okay? Or if he thinks something is worth it, because the Pentacles has to do with worth, and sometimes if you turn it inside out in terms of its own, you know, in terms of spirituality, it's about your own self-worth as an individual, okay? So he always looks at things in terms of worth. So he's, you know, even as I've said, when it comes to choosing a partner with the King of Pentacles, it's all about, well, what is this person worth? What can this person kind of do for me? That's your type of individual that King of Pentacles is, because he looks a lot, even though he's very deep, he can be a very deep character, he also looks at what something is worth, because he's draped in gold. So he is very influenced on, you know, the external look of things as well. And the King of Wands, as I've said, is very assured in terms of his motivation and his desires. So once he gets hold of a desire, that's it for him. He's at the height of that. He's at the height of excitement. You know, he's really at that, you know, he's really at that ceiling of that. So that's what your kings are. They are the epitome, they are the completion, they are the answer, they are the solution to something. And there's kind of, sometimes when you get this card, no going back, because you're right there with the certainty of the situation. So in terms of energy, Aquarius, you know, I'm pretty sure it might be two people, the general energies around this month. Neither of them represent you. Sometimes people can see wands as being air signs as well, because they both move. They're very, very fluid. When you get wands and air signs, it's about very active energy, whereas cups and pentacles can sometimes be seen as very passive. So we've got the King of Wands, yes, facing that King of Pentacles. I think it's two people that this energy is around. It seems to be that you've reached some form of happiness or completion in the month of June 2016. And with the King of Pentacles facing that King of Wands, you know, if we were to look at it as an energy, I suppose, and as you know, I'm also a very intuitive reader. Well, the King of Pentacles is about self-assurity in terms of what you have. And the King of Wands is about self-assurity in terms of your desires and in terms of your motivation and in terms of making something happen. Then I feel that something comes together, it would seem, if we're looking at these as being energies. You know, two kings means success, and I feel that there is real success in something. It's almost like you have something and you can kind of marry that with making something happen. Okay, so it could be something, and remember, wands are about moving and pentacles can be about housing, so where you live. So for some of you guys, there might be something to do with moving, I feel, with those two kings. I'm pretty sure that there's absolute success around something, but we'll get clarity cards with those anyway in a little while. But we've got the Ten of Cups as your advice card, so there's real happiness and there's a sense of completion coming in for you guys as your advice card. For some of you guys, you might even be saying goodbye, so maybe this is something to do with a home move, because the Ten of Cups, as well as being that you're at the height of happiness, remember tens are the endings of cycles, so it's where you're entering into another phase, and because it's the Ten of Cups, often this means a happy phase. Often it means it's the marriage card if you get it with certain other cards, like, for example, I don't know, the Hierophant, Four of Wands, Two of Cups, Three of Cups, those types of cards. You know, Knight of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, that type of thing. It can be, you know, you need, for me, when it comes to looking at relationships, when you look at the Ten of Cups, you always need this for me. You can have it with just pure cups, like, for example, if I had Three of Cups, Two of Cups, Ten of Cups, it to me would signify a very strong relationship. But I always like to have a pentacle in the mix, because they are the cards that provide longevity and that something is going to grow and you can really build on something, especially the Ten of Pentacles. Especially you get Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, that type of thing. It always makes me feel that something is going to move, not just from being emotional, but to being really kind of stable. So I can see a lot of happiness for you guys in the month of June so far. Okay, the Ten of Cups is a good card though, very, very good, because it suggests real abundance, feeling just really happy in social settings with people. It also suggests, you know, this couple look like they're saying goodbye to a home, or they look like they're welcoming a home in. So for some of you guys, it will be something around the home. Some, you know, maybe you've completed on something, because remember, tens are also absolute completion cards. They're the cards where you move into this definitive new cycle, because as I always say, the tens, there aren't really any tens in a tarot. Even though there are the numbered 10 cards, if you break down a tarot number, you get 1 plus 0, number 10 equals 1, and ones always start the beginning of a situation. So for some of you guys, you might be starting something new as well. But let's have a look at the other cards. Well, this is really good so far. We've got Temperance and the Page of Pentacles. Now, the Temperance card is about bringing things together. Page of Pentacles is about the startup, because pages are the immature cards of the tarot. They're about, because they're pages, they're children, and children are notoriously immature. So you've got to think about, when you're starting out in tarot, think about your keywords and how you break down those keywords to kind of get a meaning on something. So pages are immature, they're young. The keyword here for me is youth. So what is youth? Youth is the beginning of something. It's the immaturity is the start of something, because you go from immaturity to being mature. So it really starts the process, doesn't it? So when we're born, when we're babies, you know, we don't really know anything. We're the page, okay? Pages are kind of from 0 up, you know, up to something like 21 or something like that. But they're young, so they're just developing, okay? So the Page of Pages are always about, for me, development of something that's starting out. It's not yet fully formed though, or fully realised. And the Page of Pentacles, because it's pentacles, this could be a start-up business for some of you guys. It could be, usually the pages can also be seen as messengers. So when you get the Page of Pentacles, It can be about good financial news that's coming to you. I feel that you have managed to balance something out here with this Temperance card, okay? I feel that you've managed to pull something together, and it allows you to start out maybe on some form of journey in order, I don't know whether it's in order to put your house in order, but the Page of Pentacles looks at this coin like it's the jewel in the crown, because he's looking at the potential of it. I do feel that you guys are looking at the potential of something in the month of June, and I feel that it might have been through some form of a testing time, because the King of Pentacles is one of those cards, when you look at the character, that he has been through a real testing time, as all of the kings have, in one way or another, because they all had to start off being pages, basically, children, so they all had to kind of develop their skills. They all had to learn how to master who they are in order to become a king, okay? So the kings are the masters and the pages are the students, if that makes any sense to you guys. So the fact that we've got a King of Pentacles and the King of Wands says that you are really a master, or you've mastered something here, or you know, you've got your hands on something, or you've managed to kind of work out a solution to something. And it seems, because we've got two kings, to me this represents some real success that's coming to you. And I feel that the Temperance card is also a card about when you're trying to master something as well, because the Temperance card is about juggling two things. It can be juggling two ideas. It can be a card of reconciliation, so a reconciliation of how you feel about something. It's also the card where you're trying to work something out because you need something to make you feel quite balanced as an individual. You need to kind of work out a way to do something so you can feel at ease and you can feel comfortable, okay? So Temperance really is a card of balance, and I feel that you managed to balance something out. But, you know, preliminary to balancing something out, we have to go through tests, which is sometimes the reason why when you get a Temperance card in a reading, it can mean that you've actually been through a test, okay? But I feel that this is resolved here, because we've got the Page of Pentacles where, you know, it seems that you're on the start to something. That I always look at the Page of Pentacles as being a startup. So for some of you guys, it might be a startup business. It might be something that you have been trying to get off the ground for some time, hence the Temperance card. And suddenly here, we have the manifestation, something that's starting to form. Well, that's interesting, because we've got Death that shows up next. So there is some transformation coming in. And when you get major arcanas like Death, it does mean, it depends on how you want to see it, okay? Because you can get the Death card when you're moving home, all right? Death usually is expected. Well, it's not in real life, but when you get a Death card in a reading, sometimes this is what's already on the cards. You already kind of know it. So there's a major change, or there's some, I only say major changes because it's a major card, but it doesn't have to be huge. That's the thing, that's the misconception I find with the tarot, that just because you get a major arcana card, it's got to be something huge. If I had lots of major arcana cards, I'd know it would be a very big month for you guys. But if you get one major arcana, it can just simply mean that, you know, there is something permanent happening here, which is the closing of something and you're moving into something else. But I notice how Death faces this Ten of Pentacles. So there's a transformation happening here. And we have the Ten of Pentacles, which suggests to me it's the culmination of something here. Because the Ten of Pentacles is where you have built something. You've built something up, okay? So, as I say with tens, and it's funny, we've got two kings and two tens in a reading. Two tens can mean in a reading that there is a career change happening here for some of you guys. Two kings in a reading means that there's success. So I definitely feel that there is something that is leading to some success for you guys in the month of June, okay? But as I say, when we get the clarification cards, things can always change up, because we're looking at the reasons for the first two cards. We're looking at the reasons for why we've got Temperance and the Page of Pentacles, and the reasons for why we've got Death and the Ten of Pentacles, okay? But as I say, I'm a tarot interactionist, so I look at where the cards are facing, and Death is facing this Ten of Pentacles. So I don't know whether any of you guys are looking to change job, or you're looking to change something up, or make major transformations, maybe within the home potentially, because the Ten of Pentacles, never be fooled by the Ten of Pentacles and think it's simply to do with, you know, a relationship that has been well formed, or a long-standing relationship, because it can also mean a workplace environment. So therefore, if there is a major change coming to a workplace or the home, then maybe you're saying goodbye to something here. Let's have a look at the other cards. Well, we've got a Seven of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. Now, the Seven of Swords can sometimes be moving. You're moving home. And the Ace of Pentacles can mean a new home. So I do think that there's something to do with a new home happening in here in the month of June. Okay? Because this is a very active energy, the Seven of Swords. Okay? And I have known this card to mean that you're moving home. And the Ace of Pentacles can be the new keys to a new home, because we look at this and it's a pentacle that's being offered. Ace of Pentacles is often a celebratory card, because it can mean money in the hand. It can mean that you are getting money, receiving money. It can also mean, though, because it's pentacles and it's earth-based and it's to do with buildings, it can mean sort of the keys. It's like the Nine of Pentacles, keys to the new home. And we also have this kind of gateway here. So I do feel for some of you Aquarians there is a move in terms of the home. And we've got death facing this Ten of Pentacles here. So it could be some of you guys are moving, I feel. I also feel that with the Seven of Swords, it can be a card of re-evaluation, especially if it's paired with something else that makes me feel this, because we've got the Seven of Swords, right? Now, the Seven of Swords is not only to do with deception, and it can be somebody who lies, who steals, okay? But it can also be to do with trying to find a solution to an issue, because you have to be a strategist to be the Seven of Swords. You have to be quite clever, quite intelligent, okay, to find a way around a problem. It's a problem to run off with Seven Swords, isn't it, in broad daylight, but the guy seems to manage it undetected somehow, and yet there are people walking around. And then the Ace of Pentacles is to do with an offer. So sometimes this is an offer. So there might be a re-evaluation here of something as well. For some of you, and maybe this is why we've got the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands. Maybe there's a discussion happening here between two people in the month of June, okay? And you might know about this, Aquarius, but it could, yes, be a discussion between two people, okay? And maybe they're trying to come to some sort of understanding with the Temperance card, because the Temperance card, as I've said, it means that you come to an understanding of a situation. You're able to weigh up the pros and cons and create equilibrium and create favourable conditions. The Page of Pentacles could be where, you know, you can get the ball rolling on something here with this Page of Pentacles, or maybe for some of you guys you're needing, or you know someone around you, he's needing to sort out a financial problem, and maybe after working something through, I just feel there's a conversation between two people happening here with that King of Pentacles and King of Wands. And I feel that Temperance is that they've been trying to thrash out a deal or work something out. Page of Pentacles seems to be where there's an offer on the table. Death seems to be a transformation that is coming in, so ending of one thing and entering into something new. The Ten of Pentacles seems to be, it could be something around the home, or it could be something around a job or a building or somewhere that you work. The Seven of Swords means that maybe you have worked out a way to get money or to earn money with the Ace of Pentacles, or to get the type of deal that you want to get on the table, if that makes any sense to you, Aquarius. But we've also, interestingly enough, the last two cards are interesting, because we've got the Page of Swords and we've got the Hermit, but the Hermit is facing the Page of Swords. Now, one is a student and one is a teacher. The Page of Swords would usually be the student, and the Hermit would usually be the teacher. I feel that there's something that you've learned here for some reason in the month of June, okay? Because the Page of Swords can be, is a student, he learns things. And the Hermit is also, as well as being a tutor, someone who is nearing the end of his life, and he's learnt several things about his life, Aquarius. So it seems that you've learnt something here, that you are maybe putting into practice the things that you have learnt through through the Hermit, with the Page of Swords, because the Page of Swords means that you're taking a fresh approach. There are new ideas that are coming to you, and I feel that what this is really saying is that you're ready to initiate something here, maybe with what you've clarified with the Hermit card, potentially. But I do feel it's a conversation, and I feel that this is going to bring great happiness with the Ten of Cups. Or it could mean that some of you guys are saying goodbye to something, but it's a happy goodbye, it's not a sad one. We're going to get some clarification cards to see if we can open up the story a bit. Universe Spirit, why do we have King of Pentacles and King of Wands? What are they discussing? Is this a discussion, or what's the basis, what's the reason for the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands? I just want to see what the reason is. Well, it's gossip, isn't it? It's chatter, because we've got the Three of Pentacles, Three of Cups. When you get the Three of Cups, it can be a card about gossip. So we've got two people gossiping here in the month of June. They're talking. They might be talking about girls. Because the King of Pentacles and King of Wands, they're two virile guys. So they might be having a chat about girls. They might be trying to work out which would be the best girl. But it doesn't necessarily have to be that. The Three of Cups can be a plan. Because it's a number 3, you're trying to find an outcome to something here. But because it's a Three of Cups, it's more like a party card, if that makes any sense to you, rather than being, you know, if it was something like the Three of Wands, it might be an international connection. It might be something to do with business. If it was the Three of Pentacles, it might be something to do with a business idea. But it seems to be rooted in fun, or so maybe you are discussing some form of organisation of something in the month of June, Aquarius. But the Three of Cups is usually a celebratory card, so there's, you know, there could be chatter over something that needs to be celebrated. The reason is the Three of Cups, and this is often a drink, so maybe, you know, you and somebody else, or you're in something with a couple of other people that you're discussing. Might be you as well, maybe you're the King of Wands. Wands can be seen as air signs as well. You know, maybe you're discussing something with someone, and maybe this is to do with the Three of Cups. Okay, could be your daughters if you're a male watching this, or even a female. But Three of Cups, it's rude, but it's good chat. It looks like it's good chat. It looks like it's fun. There's nothing ominous about it. It just looks, can be gossip, because Three of Cups can be gossip as well. But I'm seeing two people having a chat here about something, and it's to do with either females or just something that's nice. It could be internet dating as well, because you can get the Three of Cups coming up for internet dating when it's coupled with other things. It could be a celebration, maybe, that's being talked about here. But it seems it's something good. Why do we have Temperance and the Page of Pentacles? What's the reason for... Oh, just flew out. Well, we've got the Three of Pentacles here. So it seems the reason for the Temperance card is something has been worked to be... There's a development going on here. We've got another 3. It looks like there's something that's expanding out here, because we've got the Three of Pentacles that shows up as the reason. Yes, for Temperance and the Page of Pentacles. It looks like it's something that you guys or someone else has been working on. And it looks like there needs to be an agreement with this Temperance card before something can actually go ahead with the Page of Pentacles. Why have we got Death and the Ten of Pentacles? Why have we got Death and the Ten of Pentacles? Why have we got Death and the Ten of Pentacles? Why have we got Death and the Ten of Pentacles? Well, the Hanged Man. So it looks like something may have been stuck, but it looks like that's about to change. And I feel that if something has been stuck, especially in terms of discussions that you guys are having in the month of June, Aquarius, then I feel that that's going to change, because the Death card says that there's a major change coming in around this, okay? Major change. And it seems to lead to the Ten of Pentacles, which is the agreement card, where, okay, we decide to share our resources, we decide to start building this thing. So I'm seeing that things are going on the up, on the up, on the up with this reading. It's very, very good so far. We'll go over it one more time before we finish the video. Why have we got the Seven of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles? Why have we got the Seven of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles? Why have we got the Seven of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles? Why have we got the Seven of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles? Well, it's the Magician. You know, I feel for you guys, you're really kind of at that point in June where you are standing in your power as people who are creating. But I worry about this in a way, and I feel you need to be careful, because whenever I get that Seven of Swords and the Magician, I don't trust the two cards in the same setting together. Because the Magician is an illusionist. He creates a dance. He creates something that looks one way, but it isn't so. So I would be careful of certain things maybe to do with money, potentially. Because I can see now that the Seven of Swords is looking over that Eight of Pentacles. So he's looking to take something. He's looking to take something of value. And it's because the reason is the Magician. This person is the Magician, it would seem. It would seem that they are... not being 100% truthful, potentially. I feel that this is a warning for some reason for you guys. I feel that this is a warning because we've got the Magician as the reason for that Seven of Swords and Ace of Pentacles. To me, usually this would be a pretty powerful card. It can mean two things. It can mean that you guys are really at the element of your self-development. You're looking to develop something pretty powerful, and maybe you find solutions around that in order to kind of get what you need in terms of the Ace of Pentacles. But on the other hand, it could mean that this is somewhat of a deceiver and he's looking to take something that is on the table with the Ace of Pentacles, if that makes any sense. So we could look at that in two ways. I don't want to mar the reading, but I also, as a tarot reader, feel that it is important to give as many, especially in the generals, give as many descriptions of this reading as I can. Because whenever I've seen the Magician and the Seven of Swords in readings together, I don't like that combination of cards. I just don't like them together because they both create illusions. And one card is based in deception. Usually if the Magician is in the reverse, this would mean a deceiver and a con man. But I've known him to be a con man, but he's less of a con man, okay? He can still be a con man in the upright, but he's not as severe as if he was in the reverse, okay? It just means that this person's kind of trying to be a bit cheeky, or, you know, they're just a little bit, you know, a little bit deceptive, but they're not bad, outright bad. If he's in the reverse, he's outright bad. But if he's not in the reverse, it just means that he's a little bit sneaky. So there might be some sneakiness going on around money, potentially, in the month of June. So be careful of that energy. But otherwise, if that's not the case, and I see this as you guys really being in your, standing in your power as a creator of your own destiny, and I feel that you'll go to, you know, any lengths with that Seven of Swords to create this new beginning with the Ace of Pentacles that you're looking for. And why do we have the Page of Swords and the Hermit? Why do we have the Page of Swords and the Hermit? Why do we have the Page of Swords and the Hermit? Because of the Four of Pentacles. You are holding back on something here, I feel. Okay? I feel that for some reason, the Four of Pentacles is usually a card that does signify security, but if you look at this guy, he's kind of too afraid to come out of his secure zone, out of his comfort zone. So this is the reason for the Page of Swords. I feel that you're needing to think about something here. I feel that you want to initiate something here, but there needs to be more thinking. Now, maybe it's that you don't trust a situation here in the month of June with someone or something, because we are seeing that you're you know, something's being put on hold, okay? I mean, this Death to the Ten of Pentacles could mean that something, you know, goes awry, or something doesn't open up, potentially, because Death is facing that Ten of Pentacles, and it's because of the Hanged Man. Maybe something is taking too long, or you're taking too long to make a decision on something, or you're waiting too long on somebody to make a decision. But it does show, you know, it could be the potential of maybe an ending to a long-term plan, because the Ten of Pentacles can mean a long-term plan as well, because it's the number 10, and it is Pentacles. When you look at Pentacles, they're about achievements, they're about the fruits of our labour, what we get as a result of what we do. So when it's a Ten of Pentacles, it's not an immediate thing a lot of the time. If I were to get this in a relationship reading, it'd be about somebody who is building or looking towards building a long-term investable relationship with someone. So it could be that, you know, something has been put on hold with that Hanged Man, and maybe with the Death card, there's maybe the death to something that's long term, and maybe this is because you're not willing to kind of make a change with something, or you're a little bit scared, or you're a little bit cautious, because the Four of Pentacles can also be, as well as being about security, yes, money security, it can also be a card about that you are resistant to something. So maybe some of you guys are resistant to something here, because the Page of Swords says, you know, I've got a certain idea about this. I'm not sure about it because it is a page. It might be an immature thing, but it could say, I need to learn more about this. So at the moment, I'm not ready to kind of go ahead with it. Okay? And it could be maybe something to do with, because I'm noticing that this Page of Swords is looking directly over at the Seven of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Magician. So for some of you guys, it might be that you're not willing to give something over just yet. Okay? For some of you guys, it might be that you're not willing to relinquish funds yet to someone, or to trust in a situation. You need there's further investigation maybe that needs to be done on this. For me as well, the Seven of Swords guy can be seen as an investigator. Okay, so because somebody sneaks around, doesn't always mean that somebody's deceiving you. It can mean that, you know, there's some sneaking around, needing some other type of information, and the Page of Swords stands for that as well, because the Page of Swords can be a spy. So maybe you are literally trying to find something out here before you actually either, I don't know, make a big purchase or invest in something here. But just going to get one more clarification card. Why do we have the Ten of Cups as the advice card? Why do we have the Ten of Cups as the advice card? Why do we have the Ten of Cups as the advice card? Why do we have the Ten of Cups as the advice card? That card came up again, Death. I feel that some of you guys are looking to make a major change. It come up again as the reason, and it was showing in the reading too. Usually I find it happened with, who was it that I just did? Libra. It happened with Libra. The Death card came out 2 times for them as well, funnily enough. And usually I feel that with the clarifiers, when you get a clarifier that shows up the same as either another clarifier or well, no, you can't have another. Only if I pull the third deck, can you? But I'm gonna pull out a clarifier from the major arcana of these and just see where everything's heading for you guys. Okay, with this reading. Usually, I find Aquarius that when I get a clarifier that shows up the same as a card that's already in the reading, it holds greater weight. Okay, I do feel that there is a change here, which is why we've got the Ten of Cups. So I feel that this is more to do with maybe saying goodbye to something with that Ten of Cups, okay? Because I feel that if it was to do with maybe some form of stability, or, you know, just being completely 100% happy with where you are, then I feel that another card would have showed up. Something like the Sun, for example. Something that doesn't, you know, the Sun is a changeable card as far as I'm concerned in the major arcana. It can obviously represent major changes in a really, really good way. But there are certain cards, for example, something like the Emperor. If I were to have the Emperor as a clarification card for that Ten of Cups, I might think something like, well, it could be because, you know, you've finally started to build a really strong structure, and, you know, everything's coming together with the Ten of Cups. You're really starting to find your feet in terms of a relationship, because you're really starting to build on it, that type of thing. Because the Fours aren't really changeable cards. They're more, not unless you get something like the Four of Wands. That's the only one of the Fours I know as a card that can, I look at changeable cards, it's my own thing. But cards that are at a certain place because of something, so there's kind of like this thing that you go through to get there, if that makes any sense. And the Four of Wands is often a card about an achievement, so, you know, you've made it, but it's a very subtle changeable card, because you can still be in a situation and just see the subtle changes happening within that situation. But when you get Death, a lot of the times it means a big change. So it means, I feel that you guys are looking to make a big change here, which is why we've got the Ten of Cups. It could be that you're saying goodbye to something here, and you're looking to enter into a more positive phase. So it could be that maybe you're looking to have a holiday home, or maybe you're looking to, you know, do something different other than what you have at the moment. But it's all rooted in goodness. I feel that you feel very positive about this thing as the advice card. So the advice card is, I feel that you're looking to say goodbye more than anything. There's a changing cycle with both cards, because we do have a number 10 and we've also got the death card as the clarification card for the reason why we have this 10 of cups, because there's been a major change for you guys, and maybe the major change is that with the 10 of cups, it's the advice card in June, that you're looking to enter a new beginning with something. And let's quickly go through the reading again. So we see 2 kings at the top of the reading, and the reason for the 2 kings, and they look like they're having a conversation, is the 3 of cups. So it could be get-togethers, maybe. It could be, that there are 2 prominent people who are discussing something here in terms of the 3 of cups. Could be girls, but judging by the other, if it was standalone, I feel that it was 2 men speaking over a few girls, okay? Discussing which girl they like, that type of thing. But I feel that this is kind of a little bit more deeper than that. I feel that they're looking to create something, and I feel that it's a really good conversation, potentially, between a group that's happening for you guys in the month of June. It could be a coalition coming together. It could be, is it a coalition? I don't know whether that's the right word, actually. What's the word for it? Could be collaboration between you and somebody else, I feel, because the 3 of Cups can be a collaboration card as well. It's people coming together, they're having a chat, they're networking. So I feel that the ethos is, maybe the general energy is something to do with networking or discussing a project or discussing something for you guys in the month of June. However, I feel that, you're really looking into this because you're looking to develop something. The 3 of Pentacles is a card about where it's usually a work environment, and it's also to do with teamwork. So there seems to be some form of teamwork here, or something that needs added development to it in the month of June, Aquarius. But I feel that, people need to be on the same page. And with the Temperance card, it shows that maybe there's some testing issues going on, maybe there's some teething problems going on, and things need to be worked out, because we have the Page of Pentacles here. Things seem to be taking shape, but still you're needing to look at the options of it, because the Page of Pentacles is often where, I've got this thing here now I'm looking at the reality of it, I'm being responsible. So I feel that you guys are trying to be responsible around this kind of thing that is being developed and spoken about, maybe amongst other people as well in the month of June. It seems to me that, you might be sitting on the fence, because we've got the Hanged Man. It could be for some of you guys, you might feel that your hands are tied. And, I feel that this might be something that has been long-term, potentially, for some of you guys, because we've got Death, again, showing here. So there's major change here, okay? I feel that, the reason for this Death card is because if Death is the major change or the major transformation, and the Hanged Man is the reason for this, it could be that you have been stuck in something for far too long, or your hands have been tied about something here. So I feel the reason is, for this Death and the 10 of Pentacles, is that, you may have been looking to make adjustments, you might have been looking to be cut down from the tree, or you might simply just be holding back. But with Death showing us what you'll be doing in June, some of you guys, it shows that you're looking to make a major adjustment to maybe something that's been long term. And also with the 10 of Pentacles, sometimes this can be a conversation in a workplace, in a restaurant. It's usually a professional conversation though. So it just seems that something might not happen that quickly around this. Maybe the reason is for Death to this 10 of Pentacles, or maybe, I'm not saying the complete breakdown of something, but something just not happening is because you're kind of sitting on the fence with that Hanged Man card. And I feel that this is because the 4 of Pentacles shows us the reason for the Page of Swords and the Hermit. I feel that you're spying on something, or you're looking at something, or you're trying to gain more information about something here, because we've got the 4 of Pentacles. It could be something to do with your home for some of you guys. It could be that you're resistant to kind of letting go or relinquishing something to do with your money or your savings or something like that, because the Page of Swords suggests, I don't know enough about this situation, because it is a page, so it's immature, and the swords are information, they're communication. So if the page is immature and the swords are information, it's immature information. It's, the tarot, often the language of the tarot is kind of very, 13th, 14th century type of language. Do you know what I mean? If we were to speak just the key words, it would sound something very, very oldie, very old worldy, if that makes any sense. So to me, the Page of Swords is not only that you know, it can mean something of a delay as well around this, because we do have the Hanged Man, and this is also to me a card of delay because somebody doesn't make a move. But you know, maybe it's not enough information with the Page of Swords, and you're trying to find something out, because remember the Hermit is an investigator as well. I feel that you're trying to investigate something before you actually make a choice on whether you want to go for something in the month of June here. And also we've got the Seven of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. Now, the Magician is the reason for this. So the Magician can be somebody who creates illusions. So he can be seen as a bit of a liar. When he's in the upright, he's not as bad as when he's reversed. Reversed, he's an absolute con man. But upright, he tells, you know, little white lies, that type of thing, to embellish something more than what he is. And I feel with this Seven of Swords, if the Magician is the illusionist, he's the person, the reason for this Seven of Swords. And this is someone I feel that's trying to get away with something here. And I'm seeing the Page of Swords looking directly at those three cards. And it's almost like I need more information on this because I don't really trust it. Hence, with the Four of Pentacles, you might be holding fire. And that Hanged Man, you might be holding fire on something because, you know, there's a major change maybe to something that you've built up with that Ten of Pentacles. And maybe you don't want to rock the boat, okay? I feel that the month is very positive. But I also feel that you are being a little bit savvy in the month of June. You're not willing to go for things. You seem to be on good terms with whoever it is that you're speaking to, but I just feel that you don't fully trust something about what they say. And remember, the Magician is rooted in air. So he's not only about the way someone thinks, it's also about the way somebody speaks. And the Seven of Swords is also about communication and thoughts. So sometimes when the Seven of Swords shows up, it can be that you're thinking deceptive thoughts, or it can be that you're communicating deceptive words, okay? And this could be around an offer, because we do have the Ace of Pentacles. And the reason for this is that Magician who creates illusions through thoughts. So it's the vision that he gives about something, or it's the words that he speaks. So I do feel that you guys are doing a bit more investigation on something here before you actually go for something. I feel that you know, you're looking, the advice is that there's the Ten of Cups in the month of June. So there's a new cycle starting of something, and it looks pretty good. And this is because you want a major change, okay? I feel that this is not so much advice, it's the overall theme more than anything. It doesn't seem like advice looking at the reading to me, okay? But death is the reason for the Ten of Cups. So if a major transformation is coming in, then the Ten of Cups could mean that you're looking to buy a home. It could mean that you're looking to move away from something. And I feel that that's the overall energy of this reading. Okay, some new cycle, something new and massive that's coming in for you. But I feel that you are not trusting this conversation, or, you know, it's not that you don't like the person, it's just that you're kind of not quite sure. And so I feel that you're seeking more information in the month of June. We're going to have a quick look and see where everything is heading with the 22 major arcanas. Universe Spirit, I've just done this reading. Where is everything heading for Aquarius? If any of this resonates with some of the Aquarians in the month of June, where will the situation head? Just give me one card to show me overall where this situation will head. Just give me the information to show me where everything will head. Show me. Well, the Lovers, you'll need to make a choice. The Lovers says you need to make a choice either way. Do you go for this thing or do you leave it? So it's not really, you know, it's not really the star card to say, if this resonates with any of you, that yes, this will be good. This is, you're on the right path to doing something really well with this. It says with the Lovers card, actually you have a choice to make, okay? So you have to go with whatever brings you inward peace, because the Lovers is based in balance, harmony, equilibrium between two things. Okay, the Lovers can also mean that you might be tempted to go for something here, because this is the card of temptation. It's the serpent on the tree that tempts Eve into taking an apple. So it might be that some of you guys, where it's heading is, you just say, you know, fuck it. You know, this is too much of a tempting offer and I'm just going to go for it and I'm going to throw caution to the wind. So for me, the Lovers can also be where we throw caution to the wind and we give in to our desires and something seems too good to resist. Just going to get one more clarification, God. Why do we have the Lovers as where everything's heading? Why do we have the Lovers as where everything's heading? Why do we have the Lovers as where everything is going? Because of the Moon. I feel that this is more choice. I feel that, you know, it's two ways. If the Moon is about a lack of clarity, it means that you have a choice to make because you're just not certain. You lack the, you know, you lack the clarity to make a informed and steady decision. So you have to really go with what makes you feel good and what makes you feel balanced and harmonised as an individual. If the moon card represents that you're feeling such anxiety that you really need to get out of something, then it could mean, if the moon card means that you feel such anxiety that you really need to kind of move out of a situation, and this seems like the best way to do it, then it means that you could literally be tempted by that serpent on the tree. So it can go either way. I feel it will be more a choice that you need to make, okay, because you're just not sure. You need more information, and the moon card always means, in a way, that there is such a lack of clarity, because it's also a deceptive card, because it says that by the light of the moon, something looks a certain way, but when you look at it in the daylight, it's not what it is, okay? So cards like the moon, the magician, seven of swords, they can all be based in deception. So I feel that there is something that you need more clarity on, which is why you have a major choice that you might need to make regarding whatever this situation is for you in the month of June. That is your reading, Aquarius. I would like to say thank you very, very much for using Carol's Universe, and I will see you on your next readings. Take care.